Today I'm going to be breaking down how you can use clone spells alongside the furnace to easily 3-star any base here at Townhall 17. So here is the army composition that we are going to be jumping in, and we only are going to be bringing 2 furnaces on this attack. The rest of the army is going to be made up predominantly of dragons. You'll see we do have 11 dragons coming in there. We have a couple of super barbarians just to help create that funnel. But the main portion, or the kind of starting portion anyway, of this attack is going to be coming in with those cloned furnaces. So let's jump in and we'll break this one down. So this strategy is honestly really fun, and it's fairly simple to execute. What you're going to be doing first of all is identifying the best path for your Firemites to go to get to that Town Hall. This is definitely what we're going to be aiming to get, is always the Town Hall. It's the main target for this strategy, and there's many ways in which you can do that, but in this particular one we're going to be cloning up those Firemites after we have created a little bit of a funnel using those super barbarians. So you'll see we're going to be coming in over on this left hand side. We're going to be dropping down those super barbarians just to clear out some of those trash buildings on the outside, do a little bit of tanking and allow those Firemites to begin spawning. Ideally what you're looking to do is clear enough of these outer buildings that your Firemites are going to path into these first kind of defensive structures. As soon as they begin to target them, you can start to think about your clone spells. Go ahead and deploy down your clone spells as and when you feel comfortable. You'll see we begin to get the first of them in right there, and once they start to clone up, you can then go ahead and use kind of a chain of clone spells. You'll see we're using 4 clone spells, and they are going to be chained all the way through to the Town Hall. We're going to be using that rage spell in that Town Hall compartment to maximize the amount of value that we are getting. Ideally, not only are we looking to take down the Town Hall, but we're also looking to take down as many other defensive structures as we possibly can. But you'll see, down goes the Town Hall. Absolutely lovely, exactly what we're looking for, and then we can go ahead and get the rest of this strategy going. That is going to include, of course, the Queen with her ability, which is going to be the Giant Arrow, and the Giant. Lots of Giants coming in alongside the Queen. She's going to fire all the way through the base, ideally looking to pick off things like air sweepers or invisibility towers, anything like that. You're always going to be looking to pick off with that Giant Arrow. But anyway, we continue pushing on through. Those dragons are going to get loads of value through the core of that base. We do have the Minion Prince in tow in this one as well, deciding to drop the Royal Champion in favor of the Minion Prince, just because the Minion Prince is able to get a lot of value from his abilities. Down goes the Grand Warden's double tome ability. We of course have the Healing Tome and the Eternal Tome, helping to bring those dragons back up as they progress through this heavy core compartment. As we make our progress through the back end of this one, you'll see just how many dragons we do still have left up. And honestly, we could have gone in from either side. We could have gone in from here. We also could have gone in from here. It's personal preference where we started this one off. Typically though, it does depend on where you're looking to get maximum value from your Queen's ability. We'll talk about the Siege Barracks, which we did of course have as our siege machine of choice. We'll talk about that a little bit more in the next couple of examples. But you'll see we have so many troops left up, and honestly everyone is raving about how strong the event troops are at the moment, and don't get me wrong, they are very powerful, but I think a lot of people are getting fed up with just spamming the exact same strategies over and over, and this particular one right here is incredibly fun to use. But let's jump in and we'll take another look at another example. So progressing through onto this next one, you'll see we do have that Town Hall fairly close to the outside of the base, which is going to make life a little bit easier for us here. It means that our Firemites aren't going to have to push quite as far through the base as they potentially have in some of the other ones, but coming in exactly the same method, using those super barbarians just out in front to test for any Teslas, any giant bombs, any skeleton traps, and then of course to clear out some of those outer trash buildings, getting those Firemites started, and then we can start thinking about those clone spells. Ideally though, we are looking to take down this Royal Champion if at all possible. She is going to definitely cause us some trouble, but luckily for us, those furnaces do of course last a full minute each, continuously pumping out those Firemites, getting a nice little bit of value. The good thing about this strategy is, yes, we're committing all of our spells to this initial push, but the rest of the strategy is super simple. It's all just about timing on your hero abilities, and 9 times out of 10 you're going to be bringing in some very nice triples. Here we go though with those clone spells, pumping them all the way through the Town Hall, actually pushing them beyond the Town Hall in this particular example, trying to push them through onto that clan castle, as well as the spitters here on the back end, getting some beautiful value on this one. Look at all of those Firemites just jumping absolutely everywhere under that rage spell, getting a huge amount of value, completely clearing out that entire section, creating a very nice funnel and getting us off to a great start in this particular strategy. In comes that siege barracks, like I said, from that bottom section. That's going to be joined by an ice golem as well as your barbarian king. They are going to be used to create the funnel kind of on the opposite side along with your queen, and then you're going to be coming in with your dragons, your minion prince, and of course your grand warden. Their job to push into the remaining core section of the base to take down some of the heaviest buildings, while your kind of cleanup troops, as you want to call them, a couple of your heroes and the siege barracks, do the rest of their work around the outside of this one. Minion Prince ability is definitely very vital in this one. You'll see when it does get popped off, you're going to be able to get so much value after it deploys, but for us right now the MVP is going to be that Grand Warden, carrying hard with his ability, the healing tome, bringing all of those dragons back up, getting some nice HP on the board. Honestly, these event troops are pretty insane. Kane right there getting just an unbelievable amount of value around the outside of the base with that king, but the dragons are still going to be carrying pretty hard after we got so much value at the start of this one. A huge amount of troops left up on the board, and if you do want to pick up the link for this strategy, it is as always down in the description below. So our third and final example, again we have a town hall that's fairly close to the outside of the base, and this as always is going to be our target, but you can, like we saw in that previous example, push those clone spells beyond the town hall just to try and maximize the amount of value you're getting from your furnace. If you guys haven't already though, it would be amazing if you could go ahead and subscribe to us here at the Barracks. We are pushing to try and get 1,000 subscribers, and we are exceptionally close in getting there. Once we do reach that milestone, of course we are going to be doing a gold pass giveaway just to thank you guys for all of the support on this channel. But let's continue on here. You guys can see the furnace pumping out those Firemites, and we're of course going to be cloning them up, maximizing value and just tearing through this bottom section of the base, clearing out all these defenses. And honestly, I know I already said it, but this strategy is super fun. I really enjoy using this one personally. The event troops can be a little bit of a pain at times. I'm never a massive fan of the event troops. They come and they go, but this strategy itself is something that you're going to continuously be able to use in Legends League, in trophy pushing, even if you're just farming. This one is honestly really fun to use, and you don't even need to bring clan castle troops. You don't need your siege barracks. You could use this strategy without them. Unfortunately, in this particular one, you'll see we lose a lot of dragons to the enemy clan castle troops. That super dragon does a lot of damage very early on, and in fact we only have 3, maybe even 4 dragons left on the board when we initially came in with 11. But the good thing about this strategy is how much we can still rely on our heroes, as well as of course those super minions to come through on the back end of this one, just get continuous value. Maybe the event troops carry a little bit in this particular one, but we get a beautiful minion prince ability. You'll see popping all the way through these defenses on the back end, able to get some really nice value. Single target inferno should go down to our super minions hopefully, as well as the rest of our troops. Pushing through the back end of this one, we have all of our heroes I believe still alive. We have the giant pushing through in the back end, just doing a nice little bit of tanking. So even though we lost a lot of our dragons early on to that pesky super dragon that did come out of the clan castle, we end up swagging our king's ability. We've got a huge amount of troops left on the board, and this one another absolutely dominant 3-star from our boy Yappy Boy. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this. I hope you have lots of fun using this strategy, and I'll see you in the next video.